Good morning, everybody. It is Friday morning right now. We are just getting ready to go get some breakfast at this spot that has unbelievable breakfast burritos. When I was here before last September, we went there and they were amazing. So I'm gonna take Allison there. And I guess it's like right by our hotel right now. So I've been up for a few hours. I've been working on the vlog from yesterday, getting ready to post that. And we're kind of just starting to talk about what our plan is. We have to decide one of two things today. We have to either, A, we're gonna leave a little bit early and we're gonna head probably somewhere just closer to Chicago. So tomorrow's drive on Saturday is not just absolutely straight through. So we have to decide if we want to leave today or if we just want to wait and leave real early on Saturday and drive straight through, straight to home. So we got to remember that coming from Mountain Time to Central Time, we're going to lose an hour too. So if we leave about like 6 in the morning, we'll probably get home around like 9 o'clock at night or so.
Hi.
That was Allison.
Trying to get my foot together.
What do you mean no makeup?
No makeup. On camera with no makeup. And I have a smudge on my glasses.
That's real attractive. That might be the cover photo of today's vlog.
Oh no. I need food.
So by popular request, more Allison. So Allison and I were just talking, and Colorado, I feel like you have a very interesting problem is that there is so much to do that it's hard to choose what to do, or at least that's the way it is for the couple who can't choose what we want to watch on Netflix or order from Grubhub. Alright, we got the burritos. We went to a place called Loco Hermanos. If you have a chance, you're in Louisville, which is just outside Boulder, Colorado. There, said it. But if you're there, go check them out. They have unbelievable burritos. I realized that the last like 4 days or so have been a lot of like car time vlogs. So that I apologize, but it's just kind of our life right now. What's up, guys? We've been back in the hotel room for a couple hours now, and we've been trying to decide where exactly we want to go next. Like, what do we want to do with our day? And one of the like best things about like planning a trip that just has like absolutely no agenda is that you can have the flexibility to do some of those things, right? So we just realized that it's about 11 a.m. and that's like the checkout time for our hotel. So if we want to leave tonight, we're going to be at a loss for the room, but that's okay because we got a really good deal on the room. If you saw in the other day's vlog, so what we think we figured out we want to do, right, is we want to leave Denver and we're going to drive up through Wyoming. Neither of us have been to Wyoming before. We're not going to get too terribly far in it. Kind of going to turn and head straight east at Casper, Wyoming. And actually our goal is to get to Mount Rushmore before like 6 o'clock. So it's like a little over a 5-hour drive from Denver. So we're gonna head up there. It only adds about an hour to our total time back to Chicago. So we get to see the Black Hills and Mount Rushmore, and then that only leaves about a 9-hour drive back to Chicago tomorrow. So it actually makes our day tomorrow a little shorter in terms of driving. So I think we're gonna head to Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. Woo.
All right, guys, I think we're ready to go. You ready to go, Al?
Ready.
I always check under the bed. I always lose things under there. Not this time.
Look at my backpack.
Yeah, this is Allison's new backpack. If you didn't see yesterday's vlog, click the link in the corner and you'll see us buying this backpack. But look how pretty it is.
It's so pretty.
It's a leather, it's Will.
That's the
Leather
brand. Goods.
Made in Oregon, Eugene,
Oregon.
Eugene.
I love the straps.
The straps are cool. It is very cool bag. All right, let's head up to the car. So Allison had a great idea. As we were walking out of the hotel, we're checking out a day early, right? So we had this idea that maybe, just maybe, we could convince them to give us a refund. Went up to the counter, told them what we were doing. No problem, no questions asked. Give that one totally to Al for the win. Yay! All right, it's been real, Colorado. Had a great time, but now we're heading to Wyoming. All right, guys, we're making really good time. We're about an hour and a half into our drive, and we're already in the great state of Wyoming. So making good time, not a lot of traffic, just kind of been hanging out and listening to some music. We recently in Boulder found a new radio station that we absolutely love. I will put a link in the description below, but on Spotify or Pandora, you can put Emancipator. So if you've never heard Emancipator before, they're kind of more instrumental, but like electronic a little bit. Really good, just driving tunes, chill music. Check them out. But we're gonna keep going, and we will check in with you here in a little bit. Alright guys, we're still making our way. We're in Cheyenne, Wyoming right now, which for some of my subscribers, I know that you guys are service members, so first, thank you for your service and your family's sacrifice, but also we just went by Warren Air Force Base in Cheyenne, Wyoming, so really cool stuff there. Just talking about this. By the time this trip is over, we would have been to 8 states in this country, which to me is kind of crazy. Like, I've always wanted to road trip a little bit, and this is exactly what I wanted to do. This is so much fun. But the states that we have been to on this entire trip is Illinois, and then Iowa, Nebraska, Colorado. We're in Wyoming right now, which is number 5, and then going back, we're gonna take South Dakota, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. That is awesome. So much ground covered, so much seen. Like, just look at this right now. This is so crazy. We are just about like 3.5 hours out from Mount Rushmore right now. You can see in the distance, like, some of the elevation is starting to change again, but it's been very, very flat through, well, it's been hilly, but like just grasslands in eastern Wyoming, which is really awesome. I was just saying, like, I've lived my whole life in the US, in the Midwest, and never have like taken the time to like go and explore and drive, because, you know, whether you're worried about money or you're worried about how long the trip is going to be. I mean, this entire trip has been very, very inexpensive. I mean, by the time we're all said and done, we're probably talking like maybe $700 or $800 for this whole trip. So if you guys save up and, you know, just put a little way at a time, like, you can do a trip just like this and see more of our awesome country, because there's so much diverse climate and landscape and just beauty that you all need to check out. Guys, we made it to South Dakota. We've got a little over an hour more to drive before we get to Mount Rushmore. South Dakota is already very different than Wyoming. So Wyoming, if I had to describe everything you just saw, it was like continuous rolling hills, grassland hills, and also like the stone plateau stuff that you guys saw. Really cool. I've never seen anything like that, so it's awesome to see. South Dakota on the other end so far, now that we've just entered, we're on, I believe it's Highway 18, is a little bit more flat. So this kind of reminds us of Nebraska, which makes sense because it's straight north. But we have, like I said, about an hour more to go. We're super excited to get there. We actually looked up the hours to Mount Rushmore, and I don't know if it's this time of year or just, you know, it's like this every night, but Mount Rushmore is actually open till 11:30 p.m., which to me seemed really late for a national monument, but I imagine some of that is because like you get to see the lights on it in the dark and stuff, so that's probably pretty cool. But we should be getting there somewhere around like 6 o'clock, so we're really excited for that, and we're almost there. Alright, so we've been making our way through the Black Hills in South Dakota. Really beautiful. I mean, all of the thick evergreen forests all over, all like the mountains and rolling hills. Super, super pretty. We are just about like 20 miles away from Mount Rushmore. So, like Crazy Horse Mountain is coming up, Mount Rushmore. This is an area that I've just like never even thought about coming to, but hopefully, like I've been saying with all of our updates, it's like you should come see this, because I feel like so many people might even go their whole lives without seeing like what America has to offer in terms of different things to see and landscape, not to mention our own history. I feel like a lot of people are, you know, glamorize, you know, going internationally and traveling and seeing these like different things and stuff, which no doubt I'm one of those people. Like, thinking about traveling internationally excites me, but there's so much really, really cool stuff just in the US that you should check out. I'll put some links in the description below about some of the different sites that we have seen just today and the route that we took. So if you are curious on your own and want to do this yourselves, you can do that. Right now, we're just parking and heading up to the monument now. So when you come into the park, it's actually, for if you bring in just a car, it's only $11, and that ticket will get you access to the park for the whole year. We have finally made it.
Can't see anything.
Wow, I'm having trouble finding the sun here. It's right there, Mount Rushmore. I don't know about any of you guys, but I always thought that the Mount Rushmore monument was like in the middle of like a flat plain, and all of a sudden it was like, I don't know why I thought that, but if you look, it's actually completely covered in like pine trees and like everything that goes up to the mountain. Didn't know if I was alone and just thinking that, or if any of you thought that too. Alright, what'd you think?
Very cool.
Definitely. If you ever have a chance, like we've been saying, come to Mount Rushmore, see the American monuments and historical sites, national parks. Such a cool tour. We even did this for our honeymoon.
Mini moon.
Mini moon. honeymoons in September. And you will have to follow us to Europe. So be sure to subscribe so you can see us go on that. All right, we're heading back to the car. Then we're going to drive into town, so the nearby town, and try to find something to eat. We haven't eaten like all day, pretty much. So once we do that, we're going to formulate a plan exactly what we want to do. Again, we've been kind of just winging it this whole trip. So we have to figure out how far we want to go in South Dakota before we stop and stay the night, before we continue on our journey home tomorrow. But before you do that, like on the backside of the monument, so like right over here is where you walk into the Mount Rushmore monument. When you like turn around, it's like absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, the mountain just kind of like drops off and then you get into plains. But let's go find our place that we're gonna eat. Alright, so we've been on the road a couple more hours since we just saw, and we grabbed some quick like fast food just because we wanted to keep driving as far as we possibly can that we feel comfortable doing tonight. So right now, from where I'm at to back home in Chicago, it is a 12.5 hour drive. So we are somewhere on Interstate 90 in South Dakota, but we're gonna go probably like another 20 miles or so and then maybe look to stop, because right now it's about 8 o'clock at night. So that way we can kind of just unwind. I can maybe edit the vlog and then get that uploading for you guys for tomorrow to watch today's adventure. But yeah, we are just trying to basically take a chunk out of our drive tomorrow. So if we see some things we want to stop, I know the Badlands are going to be on our way, so if we wanted to stop there or anything like that, we could have the freedom to do so. We have to get our rental car back to the rental place by like 11 p.m. tomorrow. So if we got a 12-hour drive ahead of us, do the math in terms of when we would have to take off by. So definitely aren't trying to get home terribly late tomorrow. Alright guys, we finally just pulled into the Holiday Inn in Fort Pierre, South Dakota, which turns out it was like 30 miles off the highway, but that's okay. It worked out. So we're gonna go in there, we're gonna get our room, check it out, and then we're probably gonna go to sleep pretty soon after that. Alright guys, we're in the room now. It's been a pretty long day, despite actually only getting on the road at about like 11:30 this morning. So we are in Fort Pierre, right? Fort Pierre?
Something like that.
Fort Pierre, South Dakota. It's currently about 11 o'clock p.m. We're gonna get some rest, I think. Our plan is that we're gonna be on the road by no later than 7 a.m. tomorrow, so we can get at least back home, factoring in the drive and dropping off the car by like 7 p.m. So thanks for sticking with us today. It was super awesome to, like see Mount Rushmore and, a whole bunch of countries and extra states that we've never been to. The other thing that I'd like to give credit where credit's due is Allison did not sleep for one moment the entire car ride today.
I did not. No sleeps.
Good work.
Thanks.
So please give this video a thumbs up for me not riding solo on this trip. But thanks for sticking with us today, guys. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to subscribe. Click that little button down there. I know you can do it. Join us on our journey and our videos to come. Tomorrow will be our last leg and our last official day of our mini moon. So be sure to tune in for that. And until then, guys, we will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.